think it is to create a business model actually for downstream municipalities to be able to buy water holding capacity from municipalities or private landowners upstream, and that is our major idea. So what we are trying to achieve is actually a business model that can be applied on different sites wherever you want to apply it. It's not necessarily a business system or business model working only for this place. You can apply it wherever you want to.
And the benefits of this business model will be to approach the problems with flooding downstreams in particular. And in this case, downstream are the urban areas and ending in Gothenburg. We also see some indirect benefits, like improving the biodiversity, by improving the water quality and reducing costs for grey infrastructure and water purification costs, but also to make recreational and amenity opportunities in the area and even create jobs and better health.
Hello, my name is Savas Vlachos. I'm the director of the Cyprus Energy Agency, and I'm here representing the Strovolos municipality. And it was a great opportunity to discuss about nature-based solutions and how it's possible to face climate change challenges of Cyprus by introducing nature-based solutions.
I'm from Vejle municipality in Denmark. Vejle is a city with around 56,000 inhabitants and a very low-lying city that's near to the sea level. So we're prone to flooding, and that's one of our biggest challenges that is coming up in the future due to climate change.
Hello, I'm from Lisbon municipality. We came here to show our challenges in terms of climate adaptation, in terms of nature-based solutions. Our biggest challenge is to face the increasing trends of flash floods, the urban heat island effect, which becomes a problem of health, and the water scarcity events that become more frequent as we had last year.
It was extremely fast with 3 minutes speed dating, but it was interesting to get new ideas and then all the contacts, and when we get back home we will try to take a couple of contacts anyhow. Do you have any?
Yeah, just to look more into the web pages that they have provided us and read about it. Some of them were really interesting. We didn't have time to go through it, so we will do that now and take contact with some of them.
Yeah.
So it's been very good.
Sorbonne was also very interesting. I think we would take a contact with them because they were working in a similar way and they are far ahead. And then we have all the Dutch colleagues that have been working with water governance models for very many years. So that will be very interesting to keep that or follow that up. Yeah, absolutely.
This event was a great opportunity for us to learn about good practices, but also to meet other cities representatives, but also problem solution providers, and we came up with great opportunities for future cooperation on different techniques.
I really enjoyed the day because usually at conferences like this you give a speech and you never get anything in return. And what comes out of your mouth is just a reflection of your own thoughts and thinking, so that doesn't bring any new ideas into you. But bringing my challenge today into the audience and getting in return all their ideas and thoughts on what our challenges are and how they can be handled is really fruitful. And that's really, I think, where it shows that we have 2 ears and just one mouth. We should listen, and that's what I've been doing today, and it has been very fruitful.
For the matchmaking, it was very interesting to see that several institutions and cities are facing the same problems as we. As a Southern European climate city, we created here some bridges to some problems that are concerning us, and I think we will have the opportunity to go further on some issues and some service that we can take from this experience here in Utrecht.